Part 10. Fantasy. After thousands of years of seclusion, I became a saint. Author, love to eat chicken legs. Chapter 91. Break. Of course, Qin Hao has no scruples even if he comes into contact with the supreme giants of the imperial realm. With a thought in his mind, from the formation of the 12 capital gods, a law of destruction of the great desolation was attacked. The terrifying laws that swept over, he was immediately resisted, and the world was shattered inch by inch. Kick, kick, kick. Qin Hao was blasted dozens of feet away, causing deep ripples in the broken void. If you want to fight, then come out and fight. After stabilizing his body, Qin Hao completely sealed the suppressed ancient crocodile and said indifferently, "Roar." Indistinctly, in the virtual world, there was a roar that shook the sky, and the avenues of heaven and earth were trembling. The Holy Sun Dei has released the ancient crocodile. I, the ancient sacred mountain, can let this go. A moment later, an old voice came out. In that voice, there was suppressed murderous intention and anger. Obviously, with the realm of touching the emperor's realm, he was extremely angry to speak to a junior. But a limitless statue is extremely accurate. In the imperial realm, even against today's ancient sacred mountains, he has top-notch combat power. If it were not suppressed by the laws of heaven and earth, he would have broken out of the virtual world and killed Qin Haojin. Do you, the ancient sacred mountain, want to give up on this? Have you asked me? Qin Hao sneered, with a piercing murderous intent in his eyes. All the powerful men in his holy land died, his uncle died in a foreign land, and his master was trapped in the dark ancient palace. All of these are the ancient tribes and forbidden areas of life, resulting in a joint design. Taigo Shenshan wants to give up here? What a joke. When he sets foot in the godless realm, he will be the first to destroy Taigo Shenshan. After saying that, Qin Hao is too lazy to talk nonsense, and turns around to prepare to leave. This time it is time to settle the matter. The power of the ancient world was completely destroyed. The creatures of the ancient tribes were also suppressed and sealed. What should be done is over, and naturally they have to go back. As for the virtual world, Qin Hao did not break into it. Even though he had many trump cards, but now that I break into the ancient sacred mountain alone, I am afraid that I will still escape death. Holy Son of Dei, do you know that now, you will be given the holy land of Dei and cause huge disasters? The killing intent and anger in that old voice were no longer suppressed, making all the spirits in the world feel chilled. Our holy land, Dei, has been destroyed once. If you have the ability, come and destroy it a second time. If you don't dare, just hide in the turtle shell and stop shouting. Even though Qin Hao didn't dare to enter the ancient sacred mountain alone. However, if the creature from the sacred mountain that touched the emperor's realm dared to kill him, that would be two different things. Now, the road to becoming an immortal has not yet been opened, and the world has not yet opened again. Change. Those creatures of the ancient races who have touched the emperor realm and dare to jump out will be suppressed by heaven and earth. Because this world no longer allows the ancient races to attain enlightenment. Forcing them to become enlightened and emperor is to go against heaven. Against heaven. God's punishment will come. This is why, from ancient times to the present, no ancient race has achieved enlightenment. Under the suppression of heaven and earth, Qin Hao is fully confident to kill it with the help of the 12 heavenly gods formation. After all, this is the 5 realms of Xianhuang, not the battlefield of the Imperial Pass. The battlefield of the Imperial Pass only suppresses the Taoists. But in the 5 realms of Xianhuang, even those who touch the Imperial realm will be suppressed. Good. Very good. With the extremely suppressed murderous intention and anger, another tsunami-like law of destruction swept across. In the blink of an eye, all living creatures in the world billions of miles around were affected and died. When Qin Hao saw this, he sneered and stretched out his hand. After a middle finger, he disappeared in one step. Zhongzhou. A towering peak reaches into the sky. On the top of the mountain, there are waterfalls like the Milky Way hanging upside down. The aura of the mountain is like mist, and cranes and beasts appear from time to time, just like a fairyland on earth. Qin Hao sat cross-legged in the sky, his whole body and the avenue of heaven and earth merged into one, as if he was about to ascend into heaven. Call out! Call out! Call out! Suddenly, the void shook slightly, and three figures came across the void. It is Qin Hao's three Dharma bodies. In the three ancient divine courts, a large number of heaven and earth spiritual treasures, as well as secret resources, were all sealed and brought back. Zixiao human emperor, since he is here, why not show up? Qin Hao put away those secret realm resources and spoke calmly. Haha, this hidden skill really cannot be hidden from the Holy Sun. A hearty laugh came, and the Zixiao human emperor who followed the Dharma body was revealed. Compared to the Zhang family human emperor, the Daxia human emperor, the Juya human emperor and other older giants, the Zixiao human emperor looked energetic. There is no sense of generation gap between Fengbo and Qin Hao. But really speaking, Zixiao human emperor has only been practicing for 4,000 years. In just 4,000 years, he has been able to practice to this point. It can be seen that Zixiao how amazing is the human emperor's qualifications. The Zixiao emperor has many things to do, but he comes all the way, but what advice can he give? Qin Hao looked at the Zixiao human emperor, his double pupils appeared, and he was looking carefully. However, there was an extremely terrifying innate purple energy in Zixiao human emperor's body. Even with the power of the ancient double pupils, he could not completely eliminate it. See through. But even if he only glimpsed some clues, Qin Hao could sense the terrifying power of the Zixiao human emperor. This Zixiao human emperor has already reached the extreme quasi-emperor realm and has gone quite far. It is estimated that his true realm, even if he has not touched it, it's not far from reaching the imperial realm. No wonder there have been rumors in Zhongzhou that the Purple Sky Divine Court is very likely to give birth to a third great emperor unprecedentedly. I don't dare to teach you, I just want to make a deal with the Holy Sun. Human Emperor Zixiao didn't care, Qin Hao's detection, Feng Qingyun said with a faint smile. The forbidden technique of the Zhantian human emperor. Qin Hao was not surprised at all. Although to outsiders, it seemed that he killed Emperor Zhantian and others directly. But in fact, the emperor's soul was sealed by him. With Zixiao it's not surprising that the human emperor's cultivation can be seen. That gate forbidden technique should be useless against the Holy Sun, but it is a great killing technique against me and the Divine Court. Of course, the things I take out will never cause the Holy Sun to suffer. Without waiting for Qin Hao to refuse, Zixiao human emperor moved his right hand, and a Jidao emperor weapon appeared in his hand. The Jidao emperor weapon looked like a pillar of fire, and the whole body seemed to be made of molten lava, exuding the power of fire is enough to burn the sky and extinguish the earth. On top of the imperial soldiers, there are also carved with several ancient totems of three-legged golden crows, which contain the vast aura. Golden Crow Divine Fire Pillar. Qin Hao was moved. He naturally remembered that this Jidao imperial weapon was his uncle's destined imperial weapon. But why was it in the hands of the Emperor Zixiao? This is what I got by chance when I went to the Imperial Pass battlefield in the past. There seems to be quite a secret hidden in these imperial soldiers. Human Emperor Zixiao said with a smile. Secret? Qin Hao raised his eyebrows slightly. The Holy Sun can tell at a glance. Human Emperor Zixiao said, and directly threw the Golden Crow Divine Fire Pillar to Qin Hao. Qin Hao glanced at the Human Emperor Zixiao, detained the Golden Crow Divine Fire Pillar, and penetrated with his spiritual consciousness. The next moment, Qin Hao's body shook, looking very excited. Uncle Master's soul power fluctuates. Qin Hao never expected that the Golden Crow Divine Fire Pillar actually contained his uncle's original soul power. What is the original soul power? That is the most important original power of living beings. Since the original source has not been dispersed, it means, his uncle is still alive. How could this not shock Qin Hao? After all, even his master thought that his uncle had died in the battle that day. This is the imperial soul of the Zhangtian human emperor. Tell me, where did you find this Golden Crow Divine Fire Pillar on the Imperial Pass battlefield? Qin Hao didn't waste any time and directly threw out the emperor's soul. Compared to his uncle's clues, this forbidden technique of the Emperor Zhangtian was completely worth mentioning. Fantasy, after thousands of years of seclusion, I became a saint. Author, love to eat chicken legs. Chapter 92. God Burial Pit. After Zixiao human emperor restrained Zhangtian human emperor's imperial soul, he used the laws around him to create a scene. On a vast ancient battlefield, a huge sinkhole appeared, like a meteorite falling. That was the Imperial Pass battlefield. An ancient war area, where it is rumored that ancient gods have fallen. Qin Hao's eyes flashed, remembering the area and the route there. The Imperial Pass battlefield is extremely vast and boundless. Even in the quasi-emperor realm, I think it is not easy to walk through the Imperial Pass battlefield. Even if you are not careful, you may get lost in the Imperial Pass battlefield. This area is now a patrol area for alien races. If you go to explore, be careful not to be discovered by alien races. Seeing that Qin Hao had imprinted the map, Zixiao human emperor dispersed the scene. The current Imperial Pass battlefield, apart from the thousands of miles away from the Imperial Pass, is not a foreign territory. Qin Hao slowly exhaled and calmed down. If the human race doesn't have a great emperor, I'm afraid they won't be able to defend the Imperial Pass for long. When the Emperor Xiao heard this, he sighed slightly. When the foreign races from outside the territory first invaded, the human race happened to become the overlord of the 5 domains and was extremely prosperous. At that time, under the leadership of those ancient emperors, they fought against foreign races from outside the territory. Even at its peak, the human race once hit the space wall torn apart by the alien races outside the territory. But just like the human race built the Imperial Pass on the edge of the battlefield, the alien races from outside the territory also created a magic city outside the space wall and held onto that space wall. That was the most glorious war in the 5 human realms. Since then, the human race has been gradually living up to its former glory. Up to now, let alone fighting against alien races from outside the territory, on the battlefield of Daiguan. Even the Imperial Pass has been almost conquered by alien races from outside the territory several times. As long as the suppression of heaven and earth is still there, foreign lands will not be able to break through the Imperial Pass for a while. Qin Hao pondered for a moment and spoke slowly. If the suppression of heaven and earth is gone, then the human race will be the birth emperor. With the background of the alien races outside the territory, if they really go all out, the human race may not be able to defend it. You know, among the alien races outside the territory, not only are there invincible beings who can rival the great emperor. There are even immortal beings who are immortal and like true immortals. The Holy Sun seems to have sealed the souls of the creatures in the ancient sacred mountains before. I wonder, have they ever refined their souls? After nodding slightly, Zixiao human emperor asked again. What news did Zixiao human emperor hear? Qin Hao asked rhetorically after hearing this. The Zixiao divine court is the strongest overlord in Zhongzhou, one of them. It is impossible for them to know nothing about the movements of the ancient tribes. According to the news, the ancient tribes seem to be planning to destroy the seal of the ancient Starry Sky Road. After Zixiao human emperor looked at Qin Hao, he said with some solemnity, I am trying to find out the authenticity. Human Emperor Zixiao has known about this news for a long time, but he has never told other forces in Zhongzhou. Because it is useless to say so. With those few life-forbidden zones, even if their human race joins forces, they cannot destroy the ancient races. If there had been no invasion by foreign races at the end of ancient times, then the ancient tribes and those forbidden life zones might not still exist. This news is indeed true, there is no need to check it out. Qin Hao spoke. Sure enough, this Zixiao human emperor doesn't know everything. Why is the sun so certain? Human Emperor Zixiao raised his eyebrows, his expression became more solemn, and then asked. After all, there is more than one seal of the ancient emperor on the starry sky ancient road. And it is rumored that among those emperor's seals, there are also heroic spirits of the ancient emperor. In that generation guard. Not to mention the ancient races, even the birth of the great emperor of the human race must be recognized by the heroic spirits before they can approach the reinforced seal. I can't say much about the specific reason. After I completely extract the souls of the ancient ancestor crocodile and other creatures, I will send a copy of the intelligence obtained from all races to the emperor. However, the news that the seal of the starry sky ancient road has been loosened is indeed it is true. Qin Hao can see that the Zixiao human emperor has the ambition to look at the entire human race. Not the Zhantian human emperor, but the true dragon human emperor only knows people who are intrigues and intrigues. Therefore, Qin Hao does not mind taking advantage of this information. Share. Of course, the most important thing is that Qin Hao has enough strength. Otherwise, the Zixiao human emperor may not come to trade in good faith, but will directly rob him. To put it bluntly, this world has always been respect the strong. The Holy Sun is righteous, so I won't hide it. Human Emperor Zixiao became even more expressionless after hearing this, and then said. According to the spies deployed by our divine court, there are at least 10 immortals in the 5 realms of Xianhuang who have touched the supreme existence of the emperor. On the human side, there should be 3. I have one in Zhongzhou and one from the Nanling monster clan. There is also one in the ancient temple in the West Desert, and the other 7 are the 5-colored peacock tribe in the Teiku Sacred Mountain, the Taking Luan bird tribe in the Kangxian Ridge, the most fierce ancient Kyanki tribe in the Black Fen Mountain, the 3-eyed demon pupil tribe in the 10,000 demon cave, and the evil bone cave, and the 2 major life-forbidden areas, Tianxian Lake and Sea of Reincarnation. These beings are the real giant overlords of the Xianhuang 5 realms. After hearing the words of human Emperor Zixiao, Qin Hao's eyes moved slightly. It sounds like the human race's current heritage cannot suppress the ancient races. It can be said that as long as the road to becoming an immortal is opened, the world will change drastically, and all races will no longer being suppressed. Even if the ancient starry sky road is not broken through, the 5 regions of the human race will definitely be in chaos. However, Zixia human emperor actually knows so clearly, and it seems that he has planned it early. The strongest overlord of Zhongzhou is actually well-deserved reputation. And there are rumors that the Teiku Sacred Mountain and other tribes have joined forces in the 2 forbidden areas of Tianxian Lake and Samsara Sea. If what the Holy Sun said before is true, then their alliance may be to destroy the ancient road in the starry sky. This is the reason why Zixiao Renhuang is quite solemn. No, their alliance is to target those in our human race who are expected to attain enlightenment. Qin Hao shook his head and looked at Emperor Zixiao. If anyone in your divine court wants to prove the Tao, then be careful. Just now, the Zixiao human emperor said that there are people who have touched the imperial realm in Zhongzhou, but he did not explain which force. In Qin Hao's opinion, this is either the Zixiao human emperor himself or the hidden background of the Zixiao divine court. As for the starry sky ancient, judging from the words of his master, Lu's seal should not be broken by the ancient 10,000 clan. The most likely possibility is that the ancient 10,000 clan acted as an internal agent and allowed the giants of the 10,000 clan's ancestral star to destroy the barrier. After all, the road to immortality is about to begin. Those enlightened beings from the ancient stars will definitely come here to have a chance at immortality. Under the suppression of heaven and earth, the giants of the ancient races cannot threaten the strong men of our human race, right? Human Emperor Xiao was surprised. Even though they are both in the imperial realm, the races outside the territory can be suppressed by heaven and earth. If they really wanted to fight, they would not be the opponents of the human race. If not for this, the ancient races would have suppressed the human race long ago. Return to the overlord of the 5 domains. All races can't, but the human race can, and so can those life-forbidden areas. Qin Hao had something to say. Who knows how many forces in the human race now have defected to all races? If not, Qin Hao would not have spent so much effort chasing the ancient ancestors all the way to the outside of the ancient sacred mountain. The crocodile was captured. One reason was that he wanted to know how long the seal on the starry sky ancient road could last. Another reason was that he wanted to know how many spies the Wang clan had arranged among the human race. Thank you, Holy Sun, for the reminder. These words really shocked the heart of Xiao human emperor. He had always focused on the ancient races, but forgot about the internal forces of the human race. After that, the two talked for a long time before saying goodbye. This conversation, it makes the two of them feel a little sympathetic to each other. In Qin Hao's view, if human Emperor Xiao is gifted by God, he has a great chance of being able to achieve the godless realm. Similarly, in the eyes of human Emperor Xiao, Qin Hao, as long as the heaven-defying aptitudes grow up, even the weakest one can touch the imperial realm, and it is not impossible to even break the shackles of heaven and earth. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Fantasy, after thousands of years of seclusion, I became a saint. Author, love to eat chicken legs. Chapter 93. When Qin Hao and Xiao Renhuang cherished each other and talked happily. The 5 realms of Xianhuang and Huang were already in chaos, causing endless noise and shaking all spirits. The holy sun Dei came out of the eastern wasteland and settled things along the way. 20 quasi-emperors and hundreds of thousands of holy realms were used to worship and fight. After that, he entered Zhongzhou and faced 4 peak quasi-emperors and 8 quasi-emperors at the 8th level in the War Heaven Divine Court. Easily slaying a peak quasi-emperor, forcing the Emperor Zhan Tian to use the supreme forbidden technique to condense the phantom of the Emperor. Who would have thought that Holy Sun Dei would be able to resist the Great Emperor's shadow and crush the Great Emperor's shadow with force? Even though the Zhan Tian human emperor had a scheming plan, he lured all the overlords of the divine court in Zhongzhou over. But when facing Holy Sun Dao, no one dared to attack him. One person can frighten all the emperors, and his killing power is boundless. At that critical moment, the ancient sacred mountain actually appeared. With 3 supreme quasi-emperor realms, 5 peak quasi-emperor realms, and 10 quasi-emperor realms at the late stage, come under pressure. Facing such a monstrous killing situation in the ancient sacred mountain, Saint Sun Daoyi was not afraid at all and sacrificed the supreme divine formation. As soon as the divine formation came out, one blow killed the 3 late-stage quasi-emperors, their bodies and souls. After that, it was rumored that Dei Holy Sun pursued and killed him all the way to the ancient sacred mountain. In the ancient sacred mountain, in front of a supreme being, he suppressed and killed an extreme realm quasi-emperor creature. Such invincible grace makes countless creatures in the 5 domains worship him like gods. There are even good people who praise a holy sun, who is already the first quasi-emperor of the human race. If the emperor doesn't come out, no one can control the holy sun. No matter what the rumors say, after this battle, Daoyi Holy Land will be completely famous in the 5 regions. Now, let alone Qin Hao's disappearance for a few months, he has disappeared for tens or hundreds of years. As long as no one sees Qin Hao's body, no one will dare to take action against Dei Holy Land. In this great liquidation, the number of quasi-emperors who died in Qin Hao's hands has exceeded 30. Even in the past, when foreign races from outside the territory invaded the imperial pass, so many people in the quasi-emperor realm had never been killed. That mountain of corpses and sea of blood is simply terrifying. Qin Hao ignored the turmoil outside. After leaving Zhongzhou, he returned to the eastern wasteland and reunited the broken Daoyi Holy Land. The 7-star space-time tower that was sealed by him was returned to the Holy Land. Zhang Taishu, great sage Liwo, Zhou Yang, and others came out of the 7-star space-time tower one after another. After learning that Qin Hao had taken action to completely liquidate the forces in the 5 regions, Zhang Taishu and others all breathed a sigh of relief and looked happy. Of course, while they were happy, their desire to become stronger became stronger and stronger. As high as Zhang Taishu in the Great Sage realm, down to those elite disciples from the 4 extremes and transformation dragons. Everyone is eager to race against time to practice and become stronger. After Qin Hao walked out of the Forbidden Land, he had saved the Holy Land from fire and water, and became the overlord of the Eastern Wasteland again. But this time, Qin Hao only disappeared for a few months, and the Holy Land became the target of public criticism again. But they were completely useless. Either hide in a forbidden area, or die needlessly. It's not a good feeling to feel like you can only become a burden. After that, Qin Hao summoned people from the Holy Land to teach various inheritances to those disciples with outstanding qualifications. Qin Hao left the matters in the Holy Land to the elders who had fought for the rest of their lives to deal with them. Those elders in the powerful realm, after Qin Hao used the emperor's blood to cleanse their marrow and healed them with the heaven and earth spiritual treasures, their cultivation levels have reached the level of the king of Dao slaying. However, their potential was completely exhausted because of this. But with the many magical medicines given by Qin Hao, there is still no problem in living for thousands of years. As for those disciples, Qin Hao threw them directly into the 7-star space-time tower to practice. In the 7-star space-time tower, he set up a battle formation and left behind heaven and earth spiritual treasures, including even the quasi-emperor's essence and blood. For those disciples, this is an absolute treasure land for cultivation. Nowadays, the outside world is turbulent and all kinds of great turbulence will come. Therefore, Qin Hao must use the 7-star space-time tower to enhance the foundation of the Holy Land. To be honest, Qin Hao also hopes that the people of the Holy Land can grow up as soon as possible. At the very least, before the great turmoil comes, even if the Holy Land does not rely on him, it still has a certain ability to protect itself. After arranging the affairs of the Holy Land, Qin Hao began to refine the soul of the ancient crocodile. Although the ancient ancestor crocodile had already placed various restrictions on the soul sea in advance. But through Qin Hao's various methods, Qin Hao still obtained a lot of information about all races from his soul sea. Among them, what concerned Qin Hao the most was naturally the seal of the Starry Sky Ancient Road. Judging from the information possessed by the ancient ancestor crocodile, the seal of the Starry Sky Ancient Road will definitely be broken within 100 years. This made Qin Hao feel a sense of urgency. Century. This time was much tighter than he expected. For the quasi-emperor level, 100 years will pass away in just one retreat. It seems that I have to use the 7-star space-time tower to practice. Qin Hao murmured to himself. His current cultivation level is close to the 6th level of the Emperor realm. Although with the help of the 12 heavenly divine evil formation, he is enough to fight and touch the supreme giant of the Emperor realm. But if he waits for his cultivation because it is also touching the Emperor realm, how terrible should it be? I'm afraid, even if it really confronts the Emperor's creature, there is no need to be afraid, right? In addition, after exchanging the 9 revolutions Xiangong and Pangu immortality, the third turn of the body, I'm afraid it will take a lot of time to practice. Big brother. At this time, Zhang Taishu, Zhou Yang, and Qin Fengxiu came to look for him together. What's wrong? Qin Hao was a little strange and asked. Senior brother, news about master. the whereabouts of Holy Master Dao Yi have always made Zhou Yang, Qin Fengxiu, and Zhang Taishu very concerned. They did not believe the previous rumors about Holy Lord Dao Yi being stained with darkness and defecting to foreign races outside the territory. As for later, when news came out from the Daiguan side that Holy Lord Dao Yi had passed away, they happened to be invaded by the three great divine courts, so they didn't know the news. Now seeing that Qin Hao had calmed down all the forces, he came here specifically to inquire. Master is still alive. Seeing Zhang Taishu and the other two people staring nervously at him, Qin Hao smiled and said, "Really alive? Very good. I knew that Master would definitely not die. Then Master, why don't you come back?" After the ecstasy, the three people's joy subsided unconsciously. If Holy Master Dao Yi is really still alive, there is no reason why he should not return to the Holy Land. Unless, the rumors are true. Don't worry, the Master has not defected to a foreign land, but the Master has gone to a far-away place. Qin Hao said, paused, and then said, "I'm afraid I won't be able to come back in a short time." Qin Hao's heart sank slightly when he thought of that mysterious ancient palace that contained supreme darkness. After his master attained enlightenment, he was instantly controlled by that ancient palace. If he wanted to find out the origin of that ancient palace, he would have to set foot in the imperial realm at the very least. But once you step into the imperial realm, can you really find out where that mysterious ancient palace came from? Or do you have to wait until you are able to fight a true immortal before you can find out? And can his master still persist until that time? Seemingly aware of Qin Hao's emotional changes, Zhang Taishu and the others stopped interfering. But looking at the expressions of the three of them, they seemed to have concluded that Holy Lord Dao Yi would never come back. Otherwise, why would Qin Hao be so vague? Qin Fengxiu, who had been brought up by Holy Lord Dao Yi since childhood, had already turned red. "Don't think too much, I didn't lie to you, Master is really still alive, he is just temporarily trapped." When Qin Hao saw this, he couldn't help but explain with a smile. "Senior brother, is this true?" After looking at Qin Hao for a long time and confirming that Qin Hao was not lying, Qin Fengxiu's eyes showed strong hope. Zhang Taishu and Zhou Yang also looked uplifted. "Of course it's true. When did senior brother lie to you?" Qin Hao walked over, patted Qin Fengxiu on the head, and said with a smile, "One day, I will bring Master back, I will." This promise is not only made to Qin Fengxiu and the other three, but also to Qin Hao himself. No matter how difficult it is, he will find the dark ancient palace and bring back his master. Fantasy, after thousands of years of seclusion, I became a saint. Author, love to eat chicken legs. Chapter 94. After appeasing Zhou Yang and the others, Qin Hao left behind two Dharma bodies and his main body went into seclusion in the seven-star space-time tower. The two Dharma bodies sit together in the holy place, summoning forces from all walks of life to worship. Since the war in Zhongzhou, Dai Holy Land has become more prosperous than it was more than 50 years ago. Not only the saints of the eastern wasteland, but also the ancient sects of aristocratic families from other regions will come to worship. Judging from the current reputation, Dai Holy Land can indeed be regarded as the first holy land in the human race. As for Qin Hao's second Dharma body, he left Donghuang and went to the Daiguan battlefield to look for the god burial pit. Qin Hao was very concerned about the fact that his uncle might still be alive, and he had to find out. And with Qin Hao's retreat, the five realms of Xianhuang seemed to have entered a rare kind of calm. After all, since Qin Hao left the immortal ancient forbidden land, except for the attacks on the imperial pass by foreign races, almost all major events were caused by Qin Hao alone. Of course, under this calmness, there is also a bottomless undercurrent surging. For example, in Zhongzhou, after the destruction of the three ancient divine courts, various forces appeared to carve up the territory. Such as Nanling, the boundary of the tomb of the ancient demon emperor seemed to have finally made some progress. Such as the northern territory, where ancient visions appeared, I wonder if a strange treasure was born, or a prodigy proved it. Like the ancient battlefield, there are rumors that the ancient demon god has come, and is killing countless powerful people. For example, in one of the restricted areas of life, in the Blood Phoenix River, there is a sky the phoenix god's voice sounded loudly, as if a blood phoenix was born. Generally speaking, whether it is the human race, the demon race, or the ancient races, there are no small events happening. But those incidents did not cause any disturbance, giving people a strange sense of calm. And a month passed by so quietly. 1 month to the outside world, but to the 7-star space-time tower, 70 months have passed. Ding, congratulations to the host, the ultimate emperor soldier was born in the Holy Land, and the luck value increased by 150 million. Qin Hao, who was sitting cross-legged in the air, slowly opened his eyes. A chaotic fairy light as sharp as a sword burst out of Qin Hao's eyes. 70 months is equivalent to having been in seclusion for nearly 6 years. During this period, Qin Hao made amazing progress in understanding the law with the help of the 9-story fairy tower. Some of the unstable factors left behind by refining his master's Tao fruit have been completely purified by him. Although his cultivation has not breakthrough, but Qin Hao's whole person is becoming more and more consistent with the avenue of heaven and earth. There is obviously no vision of chaos fairy light surrounding him and the law of Hongmeng surging in his body. But it feels like he is already in harmony with the avenue of heaven and earth, merged into one. If you use your spiritual sense to perceive it, you can't even perceive Qin Hao's existence at all. During this period, the 6G Dao Emperor weapons sealed by Qin Hao have been refined and surrendered one after another. Among them, Mang Ming, it took 5 years to refine the Soul Bell and the 9 Dragons Demon Flag. The 10,000 Souls Yin Bone, Zhantian Emperor Sword, Heavenly Saint Dragon Spear, and Dian Emperor Mirror were relatively easy. This made Qin Hao suspicious. Is the owner of the soul-destroying bell and the 9 Dragon Demon Banner still alive in the world? Otherwise, with the power of the 9-story Immortal Tower, how could it be refined for several years? And the refining of these 6G Dao Emperor weapons, it also made Qin Hao's luck finally exceed 1 billion. It can also be seen from this that these 6G Dao Emperor weapons are weaker than the White Tiger Gang Gold Evil Sword. When the White Tiger Gang Gold Evil Sword was refined, the luck value directly increased by 200 million. Among the 6G Dao Emperor weapons, the highest is the 10,000 Souls Yin Bone, but it is only 150 million. If not for the past few years, the disciples of the Holy Land have continued to have breakthroughs, the value increased rapidly. If the Immortal Tower's luck value wanted to reach 1 billion, it would still take a long time. Of course, since the luck value was enough, Qin Hao did not hesitate and immediately exchanged the 9 turns Xiangong and Pangu, the 3rd turn of the immortal body. Phew! Immediately, another beam of chaotic fairy light fell, and the vision of Pangu's opening of the sky also emerged. The secret method of the 9 turns mysterious skill and Pangu's immortal body was clearly passed down in Qin Hao's mind. The next moment, the pores of Qin Hao's body were filled with brilliant chaotic fairy light. Qin Hao's whole aura was constantly changing at this moment, and the void around him was shaking. If Qin Hao hadn't suppressed it specifically, I am afraid that the entire 7-star space-time tower would have been destroyed. Will be directly shattered. Pangu's immortal body, the 3rd turn, completed. Chi chi chi. Almost at this moment, between Qin Hao's eyebrows, the piece of Hongmeng immortal bone glowed, completely blending with the flesh and bones. Moreover, there were wisps of threads. The Hongmeng Qi spreads out and penetrates into the limbs and bones. In the 9-story fairy tower, rays of fairy light intertwined and flickered. The lines of ancient characters are constantly changing. Host, Qin Hao. Cultivation, Quasi-Emperor Realm 6th Heaven. Hongmeng Chi Luck Dao Foundation, Hongmeng Chi Luck Law. Skill, 9 transformations Xian Gong. Third turn, first entry, Hongmen Seal of Luck. Physique, Pangu's immortal body. Third turn, first entry, blessed by Hongmeng Luck, condensed Hongmeng immortal bone *1. Supernatural powers, 6 paths of reincarnation fist, Kunpeng treasure technique, immortal tribulation sword technique, 9 ancient secrets incomplete. Luck value, 59 million. The stronger the foundation of Dei Holy Land, the longer the inheritance, the more luck value. Immortal Tower, 9 floors can be opened. Can use luck value to exchange for various fairy tower treasures. 99 Hongmeng Immortal Bones. After integrating the 9 revolutions mysterious technique, Qin Hao showed a look of surprise. The third round of the 9 revolutions mysterious technique and Pangu's immortal body required him to condense 99 immortal bones to perfection. This level of difficulty is even more difficult than that of the first round and Pangu's immortal body. The second turn, but I don't know how many times it has been improved. Basically, it takes 25 pieces of Hongmeng immortal bones to break through the first level. Of course, if it can reach that level, then it is estimated that the physical body alone will be enough to defeat the great emperor. Even with the terrifying power of the Hongmeng immortal bones, even if it is only the third level of great achievement, it will not be afraid of the emperor's creatures. Thinking of this, Qin Hao did not waste time and continued to practice with concentration. He was doing 2 things. While using Hongmeng Chi Luck and Hongmeng the Law condenses the second piece of Hongmeng immortal bone. On the other hand, he is deep in concentration, comprehends the laws of heaven and earth, and understands the secrets of the laws. At the quasi-emperor level, the cultivation of mana is not the most important. The understanding of the laws of heaven and earth is the most important thing. This is why there are often monks who, once enlightened, break through several realms in a row. In this kind of cultivation that does not know the sun and the moon, time passes quickly. During this period, the voice of the tower spirit sounds from time to time. The luck value of the immortal tower is increasing rapidly. In the outside world, a year has passed in a blink of an eye. 70 years have passed since the immortal tower. Whoosh! On this day, while Qin Hao's Dharma body was meditating in the temple, there was a sound of heavy footsteps. A majestic young man with flying long hair strode out. Master! This person is none other than the Nanling imperial clan, a descendant of the ancient demon clan, Yao Biatian. In these 70 years of seclusion, Yao Biatian's cultivation has already reached the realm of a saint. In just 70 years, he has become a saint. The Dao King has broken through to the saint realm. Although he has the heavenly demon body and the heavenly demon ancient scripture given by Qin Hao, his speed is still extremely shocking. It can be seen that demon tyrant's own qualifications are indeed extremely outstanding. Good. Qin Hao's Dharma body looked at Yao Biatian and showed a smile. Thanks to Master for cultivating me. Yao Biatian is respectful. What he said is true. In the past 70 years, all kinds of precious and rare heaven and earth spiritual treasures have almost never been cut off. Even the quasi-emperor essence and blood, Qin Hao has provided it in large quantities. Don't be stingy. Otherwise, even though Yao Biatian's talents are excellent, it would be difficult for him to become a saint so quickly. Do you also want to join the world and experience it? Qin Hao has already seen Yao Biatian's intention. This disciple wants to go to Nanling and pass on the mantle of his ancestors. Yao Biatian nodded and did not deny it. He had already sensed that the outer barrier of his ancestors' emperor's tomb had been opened. He had to go. It's okay to go for an adventure. Qin Hao did not refuse. Before Demon Tyrant came out of seclusion, Qin Fengxiu, who had also broken through to the saint realm, Zhou Yang, who had reached the ancient saint level, and Qin Yiyi, who had gone all the way to the Dao Slaying King, had already reached the level of the Dao Slayer, leaving the Holy Land to practice. Although Qin Hao left the quasi-emperor battle formation and experience in the 9-story fairy tower, but it is still inferior to the real experience of entering the world. Between life and death, there is great terror. But between life and death, there are also great opportunities. Only by going through hardships can you grow quickly. Qin Hao has laid a solid foundation for them. Naturally, they have to go through the next road on their own. Nanling has not been very peaceful recently, so be careful. With that said, Qin Hao gave the Heavenly Saint Human Emperor's ultimate weapon, the Heavenly Saint Dragon Spear, to Yao Biatian. Thank you, Master. Yao Biatian was overjoyed and kowtowed heavily. With the Ji-Dao Emperor's soldiers at his side, he didn't have to worry much even if he encountered the Great Saint Realm. Fantasy, after thousands of years of seclusion, I became a saint. Author, love to eat chicken legs. Chapter 95. After Yao Biatian left, Qin Hao's body continued to sit cross-legged with eyes closed. In fact, Zhou Yang and Yao Biatian are the only 4 disciples who have entered the world to gain experience this year. There are also many other Holy Land disciples who have made astonishing progress in their cultivation, and they have joined the world one after another. After all, they have been practicing in the 7 Stars Time and Space Tower for more than a century. After these long years and considerable cultivation achievements, it was natural that he would be a little unable to hold himself back. However, those elite disciples are all training in the Eastern Wasteland. Unlike the 4 people from Zhou Yang, they walked directly out of the Eastern Wasteland and went to explore the 5 realms. Zhou Yang went to Daiguan, and he was still quite concerned about the fact that Holy Lord Dao Yi was trapped. Qin Fengxiu went to the Western Desert. In that direction, the body of Taiyan sensed something, so there might be a chance. Qin Yi went to the land of 10,000 demons, which is the junction of the Eastern Wasteland and the Western Desert, where dragons and snakes are mixed. Qin Hao was not too worried about the safety of his disciples. The bloody storm a year ago has not yet dissipated, so there should be no power to dare to take action against them. Of course, in order to prevent accidents, Qin Hao still made some arrangements secretly. Nanling. The territory is vast, the mountains are towering, and the mountains are magnificent. From time to time, you can see countless tribes and groups scattered on the earth, and groups of monsters appear. Some great demons have turned into human forms and control the laws of heaven and earth. Some great demons have been cultivating their true bodies. Their bodies are as big as mountains, and their demon power dominates the world. In the core areas of Nanling, you can see countless splendid cities and ancient palaces and attics. Although Nanling is dominated by the demon race, most of its customs have been assimilated by the human race. Under the constraints of the giants of the 2 clans, the relationship between the 2 clans is quite harmonious, and there are still merchants passing through, each getting what they need. But recently, with the news about the Demon Emperor's ancient tomb, the whole Nanling has been in turmoil. Countless giants from the 5 regions and hundreds of millions of creatures gathered in Nanling. Especially during this period, I heard that the barrier of the Demon Emperor's tomb had been broken. Even the unparalleled giants in the quasi-emperor realm can see it at any time, and countless demon tribes are panicking. If a war breaks out among the ancient giants of the quasi-emperor realm, countless lives will be robbed. This day, Nanling is a land of war-torn ruins. As the void rippled slightly, the void domain door opened, and a figure jumped into the air. This person is none other than the demon tyrant from the eastern wilderness. This place was also the ancestral land of the demon tyrant clan in the past, and the origin of the ancient demon clan emperor. Looking at the ancestral land that was overgrown with weeds and lost even half of its former glory, Yao Biatian felt a rare calm and indifference. 70 years have not diminished his hatred by half. But his mind needs to become more calm, and he will no longer be happy or angry in front of outsiders. After stopping for a moment, just as Yao Biatian was about to leave, his eyes suddenly narrowed slightly. In the distance, there were several unnamed graveyards. There were no weeds in each grave, and there were sacrifices placed. Obviously, there are often creatures worshipping here. The increasingly indifferent eyes of Demon Tyrant have softened slightly. Although no strong demon clan took action in the original calamity, it seems that there are still demon clans in Nanling. Remember their clan. After watching for a while, Yao Bassian gathered his thoughts, his figure flashed, and disappeared from the place. At this time, deep in the Nanling Mountains, there is an endless stretch of mountains. A vast and boundless supreme demonic power swept across the sky, shaking the 9 heavens. It can be clearly seen that there is a majestic ancient tomb looming among the mountains. That ancient tomb seems to be located in a void space. It can be clearly seen, but it is still inaccessible. In that majestic ancient tomb, the surrounding area thousands of feet away is full of living beings. Either the demon race, or the human race, or even wild creatures, or even all races are looming. Because this land is not far from Kangxian Ridge, which is very deep in the Nanling Mountains. This tomb is located here, which somewhat symbolizes the suppression of all races. If this rate continues, in 2 months at most, the barrier of the Emperor's tomb will be completely broken. The attack lasted for more than a year, and even several Jidao Emperor soldiers were destroyed. The barrier was finally broken. Once the barrier is broken, I'm afraid there will be chaos. I heard that this time, even Zhongzhou and Western Desert have ancient giants coming. This is normal. After all, the ancient demon emperor achieved enlightenment with the body of a celestial demon. His combat power was so strong that he could defeat many enemies with one man. As more and more powerful people from the 5 domains gathered, conflicts broke out frequently. Even before, there were giants from the quasi-emperor realm who attacked there in a life and death attack, almost triggering a massacre in the emperor's tomb. For this in this situation, the Nanling monster clan is naturally intentional but powerless. The overall foundation of their monster clan is not weak, but it is still far inferior to the human race. If they really offend the forces of the entire 5 domains, I am afraid that the monster clan will be in crisis. Bing bing buzzing. Suddenly, the ancient tomb of the demon emperor, which had been standing quietly, suddenly trembled. Ancient and mysterious traces of the demon emperor clearly emerged on the ancient tomb. Faintly, those traces formed a majestic figure reached the sky, exuding unparalleled imperial power. It was the shadow of the ancient demon emperor. What happened? How could such a strange phenomenon appear in the demon emperor's tomb? Such a strange phenomenon immediately aroused the horror of countless powerful people, and they started talking about it. This is blood induction? A descendant of the demon emperor is here. Descendants of the demon emperor? Doesn't that mean Yao Bassian is back? But the strong men of the Nanling demon clan all changed drastically, and they have already guessed the reason. When they sacrificed the blood of the demon emperor's descendants, they had such a strange phenomenon. Later, until the demon tyrant escaped from the sky entering the eastern wasteland, they were protected by the Daoyi Holy Land. In front of the Daoyi Holy Sun, who was not only unbelievably powerful, but also protective of his shortcomings to the extreme, they had no choice but to give up the demon tyrant and use external force to break the demon emperor's barrier. But they didn't expect that Yao Bassian actually took the initiative to come to Nanling. And the reason why they changed their colors was naturally thinking of that person, Holy Sun Dao Yi. When Yao Bassian comes, will he involve Holy Sun Dao Yi? After all, that was the tomb of the ancient demon emperor. No matter how powerful Saint Sun Dao Yi was, it was impossible not to be interested. Soon, not only the Nanling demon clan, but also the giants of the 5 regions were aware of it and all looked sideways. At that in the direction, there were obvious blood fluctuations, echoing the ancient tomb of the demon emperor. A figure walking slowly fell into the eyes of everyone. Descendants of the demon emperor. According to rumors, the descendant of the heavenly demon who became a disciple of Saint Dao Yi. It seems that Dai Holy Land has also received the news. After recognizing the demon tyrant queen, many forces in the 5 regions began to inquire. They were sensing whether Qin Hao, the holy son of Dao Yi, was coming. Yao Ba Tian, you have given up your ancestors and joined the human race, and you still have the nerve to come here now. I saw the demon tyrant rising into the sky and heading towards the ancient tomb of the demon emperor, with terrifying auras rising into the sky. It was the Nanling demon clan. There were many great demons in the great saint realm who oppressed the demon tyrant with their aura. God. Those quasi-emperor creatures are also ready to make a move. Demon tyrant is a descendant of the demon emperor, possessing the purest blood of the heavenly demon. If he enters the emperor's tomb, will the inheritance of the demon emperor be shared by others? I came to explore the emperor's tomb on the orders of my master. You want to stop me? Yao Ba Tian raised his eyelids slightly and offered an ancient order with the word Dao Yi on it, exuding infinite killing power. At this moment, not to mention the great sage, but also the quasi-emperor giants, all looked solemn and silent. Words. Son of Dai ordered it. Who of them dares to stop them? You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Fantasy, after thousands of years of seclusion, I became a saint. Author, love to eat chicken legs. Chapter 96. After the order of Holy Sun Dai came out, the originally noisy mountains and spirits immediately fell into silence. That ancient order, with the word Dao Yi, exuded boundless killing power, and contained the vision of a mountain of corpses and a sea of blood. In particular, those ancient giants who had seen Qin Hao go on a killing spree in Zhongzhou were even more horrified. Although a year has passed, the battle of Zhantian Shenting is still vivid in their minds. In one battle, more than 30 quasi-emperor giants were wiped out. There are even peak quasi-emperors, and even the ultimate quasi-emperor realm. Who wouldn't feel chilled by such ferocious and boundless killing? However, that Dai Saint Sun is also famous for his unyielding vengeance. Now that we are taking action against Demon Tyrant, who knows whether the first Saint Sun will come to Nanling and kill him? Even the overlord of Zhongzhou and the giant of the ancient sacred mountain will suffer at the hands of Dai Saint Sun. If they could stop Dao Yishanzi, how about bloody suppression? If you dare not stop me, then get away. Yao Bassian put away the imperial order and ignored it. Those ugly-looking monsters strode forward. Even though there was a bone-chilling killing intent, it was true that no one dared to take action against Yao Bassian. He could only watch Yao Bassian helplessly as he walked to the ancient tomb of the demon emperor. Of course, there were also some mysterious beings who were looking at Yao Bassian coldly. Even Yao Bassian seemed to have no intention of taking out Emperor Qin Hao's order. They are not afraid of much. But they have not taken action now. It is said that the descendants of the demon emperor can open the tomb of the ancient emperor, and they want to see whether it is true or not. If it is true, it is just what they want. Under the gaze of countless powerful people, Yao Bassian approached the tomb of the ancient emperor, and then took out a key. The celestial demon clan has the key to the emperor's tomb. I%*%. Seeing Demon Bassian, he took out the key and methodically broke through the barrier of the emperor's tomb. Countless giants of the Nanling demon clan were all stunned, and they couldn't help but cursed angrily. What bastard said that the celestial demon clan was the emperor's tomb opened by one's own blood? He clearly opened it with a key. If they had known this, why would they go to war to destroy the celestial demon clan? By now, even the giants in the entire Xianhuang 5 realms know about this. Click. Amidst the remorse of the demons in Nanling and the excitement of the forces in the 5 regions, a crisp sound of the ancient door opening appeared. Immediately afterwards, the ancient emperor's tomb, which was originally looming and inaccessible, suddenly came to nothing. A boundless, supreme law with an ancient aura swept across the sky and covered the earth. Imperial power. The creatures within billions of miles around can't help but feel a strong sense of worship. The pressure of the supreme law makes them feel like they are facing an ancient emperor. Oh! The demon tyrant holding the key to the demon emperor's ancient tomb, but it was not affected at all, and disappeared in one step. Quick, get in. When the powerful creatures that gathered saw this, they immediately reacted and moved one after another regardless of the emperor's power. In the blink of an eye, countless creatures swarmed into the emperor's tomb. But there were also many whose breath suppressed the world and could even suppress the world. The ancient creatures that resisted the emperor's power did not move. Because they could sense that in the ancient tomb of the demon emperor, there were extremely terrifying laws of the emperor. Once they broke in, their cultivation would definitely be greatly suppressed and they would not be able to maintain it. Quasi-emperor level. That is not a good thing for them, and naturally they will not take risks easily. At this time, Yao Bassian is already familiar with the road, avoiding countless ancient restrictions and going deep into the emperor's tomb. Not long after, he was the first, came to the core of the emperor's tomb, in front of an ancient bronze coffin. Yao Bassian's originally dull expression showed a strong color of fire at this moment. After he saluted the ancient bronze coffin, he used the blood of the demon to break away ancient coffin enchantment, open the ancient coffin. How come? But after opening it, Yao Biatian's expression suddenly froze. I saw that there was nothing in the ancient bronze coffin. Not only the imperial body of his ancestors, but also the blood essence and blood left by his ancestors have disappeared. Has anyone been here? Impossible. Without the key to the ancient tomb, who can ignore the great emperor's barrier and come in? Yao Bassian's face was extremely ugly. Someone actually got there first? Who is it? Could it be that someone from the Nanling monster clan actually opened the barrier with his blood? If that's true, then secretly, the person who took action was extremely capable. When Yao Biatian came in, he clearly sensed that all the imperial and royal clans of the demon clan had gathered. He was able to sneak into the emperor's tomb and steal the emperor under the noses of those demon clans. Body, essence, and blood. Such methods are simply worthy of being called a ghost. Hateful. After punching the ancient bronze coffin with a fierce punch, Yao Biatian did not give up. He activated Tai Yao's bloodline, even sacrificed Tian Yao's body, and continued to display his innate magic. He was sensing. Since he had entered this core emperor's tomb is impossible. There is no trace left at all. The hard work pays off. Yao Biatian actually found something on the coffin lid. It was an extremely thin, palm print. If it were not illuminated by divine magic, it would not be possible to manifest it. But that palm print, the seal, was extremely weird. At first glance, it looked like a skeleton hand. This made Demon Bassian suddenly startled. There was a strange chill that he couldn't help but feel. Could it be that it was the bones of his ancestors that were born? Are you wise? Or are undead creatures appearing in this emperor's tomb? Although he was a little frightened, Yao Bassian did not stop there. He used divine magic to illuminate the entire emperor's tomb. Sure enough, a line of faint skeleton footprints appeared. Yao Bassian quickly followed and followed. Demon tyrant. But at this time, there were actually demon creatures that had arrived at the core of the emperor's tomb. He looked at the open ancient bronze coffin in the emperor's tomb. Those demon creatures all had different expressions. Even the ancient coffin of the demon emperor all opened. The inheritance of the ancient demon emperor has obviously fallen into the hands of demon tyrant. If you don't want to die, get out of here. Yao Bassian was filled with murderous intent and was too lazy to pay attention to them. He just followed the footsteps. Boom. But when Yao Bassian had just jumped over those monster creatures, a monster saint with fierce eyes suddenly attacked, a brutal killing technique. Although the holy son of Daoyi behind Yao Bassian made them quite afraid. But this is the southern territory, and it is the ancient tomb of the demon emperor. Yao Bassian died here, who else can know? Court death. As for monster creatures, Yao Baitian will naturally not be careless. His eyes are filled with coldness, and he turns around and punches. There are mysterious and ancient demon patterns on his fist, containing immortal and terrifying killing power. There is a pop. There is the strong and pungent smell of blood splashed and exploded in the void. The saint-level demon who took action had no time to resist, and was directly punched to pieces. Holy Land. No way. It has only been just over a year since he went to the eastern wasteland, but he has already set foot in the Holy Realm. Wrong. Not only did he set foot in the Holy Realm, he also awakened the demon body. Heavenly demon body? How can it be? His original bloodline is damaged, so it is impossible for him to transform into a demon body. The rest of the monster creatures who were originally full of murderous intent were all frightened and wanted to run away. Not only did they set foot in the saint realm, they also awakened the demon body. In the same holy realm, there are probably very few people who can defeat the demon tyrant. You must know that in the ancient times when various divine bodies and king bodies were born, the ancient demon emperor used his celestial demon body to dominate an era and finally attain the path of no god. Fantasy, after thousands of years of seclusion, I became a saint. Author, love to eat chicken legs. Chapter 97. Die. Now that the killing ban has been launched, Yao Bassian will naturally not hold back, and various killing techniques emerge in endlessly. In the blink of an eye, most of the demon clan holy realms with murderous intentions were killed. Now Yao Bassian, quite a bit like Qin Hao back then. In the same realm, even if his cultivation level is several levels higher, he is still enough to suppress him. Looking at the demon cultivators who fled in a hurry, Demon Tyrant did not chase them. Kill. He continued to follow the line of skeleton footprints and went all the way. Not long after, the rumor that Demon Bassian had received the Demon Emperor's inheritance spread in the Demon Emperor's ancient tomb. Immediately, one stone stirred up 1,000 waves. Countless shock waves the giants inherited from the Demon Emperor all surged up. In the face of the inheritance of an ancient Demon Emperor, even though it would provoke endless murderous intentions, countless people were tempted. Along with Demon Tyrant, who received the inheritance of the Demon Emperor, the news spread, and Demon Tyrant, whose cultivation has entered the saint realm, and has transformed and awakened the demon body. This news also shocked countless monks, especially the Nanling demon clan. From the Dayi Holy Land, the mountain gate was opened wide. How long did it take for Yao Bassian to worship Daoyi Holy Land? It seems to be less than a year and a half. In such a short time, Daoyi Holy Land actually allowed Yao Bassian to go from the realm of great power to the realm of saint. And he also helped the demon Baitian, bloodline metamorphosis, awaken the demon body. You know, that is the holy realm. Even if it is placed in the Xian Huang 5 realms, the existence of the saint realm is definitely a strong one. Daoyi Holy Land, no, that Dao, what kind of heaven-defying methods does a holy son master? The demon tyrant who was following the footprints in the emperor's tomb naturally knew the rumors. Moreover, he also suffered a lot of attacks, and some people were covering up. Someone took action directly. However, although the demon emperor's bones were stolen, the laws of the emperor in the emperor's tomb are still there. Those strong men in the quasi-emperor realm will be suppressed in the holy realm when they enter the emperor's tomb. Although they are great saints, however, for today's demon tyrant, the threat is really not great. During the 70 years in the 7-star space-time tower, he was just practicing hard. He had all the quasi-emperor killing formations left by Qin Hao. He has broken through several of them, and his combat experience is also very customary. Yao Baxian's mood is getting worse and worse. Because the more people enter the emperor's tomb, the traces of the footprints become thinner, and he almost broke them after several attempts. Traces. I came full of expectations, wanting to get the essence and blood of my ancestors, completely awaken the demon body, and step into the realm of the great saint. From now on, I can help Qin Hao, and no longer can only become a burden as before. But who would have thought that it would be like this? Not only did he get nothing, but he was also covered in dust that he couldn't even shake off. How much better could this make Yao Biatian feel? Therefore, for anyone who dared to take action, no matter whether they are humans or monsters, they will be killed without mercy. But those quasi-emperors whose cultivation has been suppressed make him feel quite troublesome. Even though he is not afraid, he wants to suppress them completely. But it is also quite difficult. At this time, outside the demon emperor's ancient tomb, in the boundless mountains, it's almost time to start planning. A creature with a mysterious aura stood on the top of the ancient peak, looking indifferently at the demon emperor's tomb in the distance. He already knew the battle situation in the demon emperor's tomb, but he didn't care at all. If Holy Sun Dao Yi really comes to kill him, can that senior really suppress Holy Sun Dao Yi? Beside the mysterious creature, a demon clan quasi-emperor spoke hesitantly. This person was the Red Dragon quasi-emperor who left the scene when the demon clan was discussing the attack on Dai Holy Land in the past. As long as Saint Sun Dai does not have the supreme fighting power to match the emperor realm, then he will definitely die. The creature with a mysterious aura opened its mouth in a gloomy voice, filled with murderous intent. The era of the rise of all races is about to come. Before that, all factors that hinder their rise must be completely eliminated. The original Holy Lord Dao Yi was in this way, the current Holy Sun Dao Yi will not be an exception. Originally, they wanted to find an opportunity to provoke Holy Sun Dao Yi and come to Nanling to take revenge. Who knew that this demon tyrant would actually come to their doorstep? Now that he is here, then just follow the trend. Just now, the giants of the 5 domains are gathering. If Holy Sun Dao Yi is really in crisis, many giants of the 5 domains will probably add insult to injury. They are not the only ones who don't want Holy Sun Dao Yi to rise. All races. Good. After hearing this, the Red Dragon quasi-emperor no longer hesitated, and fled away in a flash. An unknown conspiracy enveloped the world like an invisible endless whirlpool. Boom. In the demon emperor's tomb, a terrifying battle broke out. Yao Baxian frowned slightly. Since just now, he has clearly felt that the pressure from the attack has increased significantly. The monks who originally attacked him alone now joined forces with each other. There were even many mysterious monks who gave him a strong sense of danger. This made Yao Biatian feel confused. These people were completely different from the previous attackers. Those who had taken action before had resorted to deadly tactics in order to win a quick victory and seize the emperor's opportunity. But these people, although their attacks are fierce, they attack in a trapped formation. This is obviously to capture him. Didn't they come for the tomb of the great emperor? The purpose is to capture me alive. Wrong. There is no way that so many quasi-emperor realms are meant to deal with me. Could it be that? Do you want to capture me alive and bring Master here? What are the backgrounds of these guys? Soon, Yao Baxian made a rough guess about the matter, and his heart sank slightly. Even though his master, Mingzi, had invincible fighting power, he still dared to take the initiative to provoke him. That means that among these people, there must be, not afraid of his master's terrifying background. He will never be captured and become their bargaining chip. Angry. Without thinking much, Yao Biatian sacrificed the ultimate emperor weapon, the heavenly Saint Dragon Spear. Accompanied by the roar of the sky-shaking dragon, the heavenly holy dragon spear turned into a lifelike divine dragon that broke through the air. Those quasi-emperor realm giants who joined forces to kill did not expect this situation, and the trapped formation was broken up. Demon Tyrant stepped on the divine dragon, and the man and gun merged into one, rushing directly coming out of the demon emperor's tomb. Boom! But the demon tyrant genius had just rushed out, and he didn't even have time to crush the teleportation talisman. A huge killing power suddenly came from the sky, and the endless law exploded. Quasi-Emperor Realm. Yao Bassian's eyes sharply focused. Sure enough, this was a conspiracy that had been planned long ago, and there was no chance for him to escape. However, Yao Bassian has extraordinary combat experience, and although he was shocked, he was not confused. The demon body exploded, and a body of demons emitted boundless demonic energy. The mighty ancient demonic figure appeared behind Yao Bassian. That demonic figure, with its feet on the earth, seemed to be able to shatter the 9 netherworlds, and holding the sky in its hands, it seemed to be able to tear apart the avenues of the heavens. Phew! At the moment when the demonic body exploded, the demonic figure Bassian stabbed out with the holy dragon spear in the air. The killing power of the holy dragon spear suddenly surged at this moment, and the laws of the Emperor's way were completely awakened. Plop! A shot broke through the space, and the quasi-emperor who was attacking was the situation, immediately bursting with blood all over the body. Can a saint-level cultivation actually awaken the Supreme Emperor's weapons? The quasi-emperor who wanted to take action to capture Demon Tyrant suffered a big loss due to his carelessness. He did not take any more action, healed the injury with a secret method, and stared at Demon Tyrant in the void in the distance. At this time, Yao Bassian is already a trapped beast in a cage. Because around him, there are 4 quasi-emperors who jointly set up a sealing circle. The magic circle seals the sky and the earth, allowing the teleportation circle in Yao Bassian's hand to there was no use for it at all. At this time, many of the creatures that were chased from the demon emperor's ancient tomb stopped. They looked at the several quasi-emperors who had formed a magic circle to block and surround Demon Tyrant. His eyes moved slightly. Isn't it too bold to dare to attack Demon Tyrant so blatantly? If this is not a good thing, it will break out again, like a world-shattering battle like that in Zhongzhou. Fantasy, after thousands of years of seclusion, I became a saint. Author, love to eat chicken legs. Chapter 98. Boom. Just when those quasi-emperors were about to completely seal Demon Tyrant, a deafening bombing sound resounded, followed by boundless flames. I saw only a human figure, surrounded by raging flames, like the god of fire coming to the world, and his divine power suppressed the world. Senior Liwo. Yao Bassian stared at it, his eyes flashing with joy. The person who came with the monstrous flames, directly burning the magic circle, was none other than the great sage Liwo. These 70 years of seclusion and hard training also made Delhi the cultivation of the fire great sage has reached the late stage of the great sage realm. There is something weird about this person. Those quasi-emperor realm creatures naturally saw the cultivation of the great sage Liwo. This also made them quite surprised and puzzled. The cultivation of the 7th heavenly realm of the great sage could actually break through their defensive array. You know, they are all quasi-emperor realm. Normally, they can crush the great saint realm to death with ease. The monks who gathered and watched the battle from a distance were also talking about Li Huo. Great sage, many of them have heard of it. But great sage Li Huo has actually become so strong. This shocked countless people. You must know that at the beginning, just the 5 great sages joined forces and almost let the great sage Li Huo died. No, there is the aura of the Jidao imperial soldier in his chi and blood. Jidao emperor weapon? Could it be that he was taking the path of physical enlightenment? Even so, with his level of cultivation, it is impossible for his physical body to contain the aura of an extremely powerful imperial weapon. Then there is only one possibility. The ultimate imperial weapon was smelted in his body, and he wanted to smelt himself into the strongest imperial weapon. But soon, those in the quasi-emperor realm saw through the trump card of the great sage Liwo. This also made people quite surprised and shocked. The great sage realm dared to smelt the Jidao emperor's soldiers into his body, and he was not afraid of the emperor. The soldiers went berserk and their bodies and souls were instantly destroyed. These people don't seem to be the quasi-emperors of the demon clan. The great sage Liwo was also looking at those quasi-emperor realms at this time. The great sage Liwo originally thought that there would be no disturbances when the demon tyrant came to Nanling this time. But who would have thought that something like this would actually happen? An unexpected incident occurred. Several quasi-emperors joined forces to besiege Demon Bastion. Are they serious? Do they think their lives are too long? They probably want to catch me and lure Master here. They have a big plan. Yao Biatian said in a deep voice. As a human race, you are willing to be the lackeys of the ancient tribes. You should be killed. When the great sage Liwo heard this, there was a biting chill in his eyes. In the ancient times, the human race was humble and was regarded as blood food by all races. It was the countless generations of ancestors who worked hard to make the race gradually grow stronger and finally get rid of the slavery of all races. These weaklings, now, actually want to kneel back again? Senior Liwo, now is not the time to talk about this, we have to get out quickly. Yao Biatian said, once they are captured, they will definitely become a burden to Master. This void is blocked, so we can only force our way out. These 2 puppet charms are for you. The great sage Liwo glanced around and saw that the teleportation talisman was no longer usable. Immediately, he took out 2 puppet talismans and gave them to Yao Bastion. Before coming, just in case, Qin Hao gave them to a puppet in the quasi-emperor realm. After Yao Bastion took it, he was shocked. His master's accomplishments in the way of puppets have actually reached such an extent. He has never heard that someone with the cultivation level of quasi-emperor realm can refine it. A puppet from the quasi-emperor realm is here. Kill. Without any hesitation, the great sage Liwo roared and immediately rushed out with murderous intent. Endless flames swept across the world at this moment, shattering billions of miles of void. Among the unparalleled flames, there was also a brilliant sun, it is condensing and manifesting, illuminating the world. As the cultivation of the great sage Liwo increases, the true power of the Burning Heaven Immortal Sutra is gradually revealed. Boom! Although the great sage Liwo is only the cultivation of the late great sage, but the power of killing is earth-shattering. Every time he takes action, he will bring about the power of the great avenues of heaven and earth, which is enough to chill the hearts of even the quasi-emperor. The great sage Liwo can bring about those great avenues of heaven and earth, not because he has stepped into the forbidden taboo territory. Instead, he integrated the Jidao imperial armament into his body. During the battle in the Dian Holy Land that day, the ancient demon quasi-emperor's imperial armament Daohen was suppressed and killed by Qin Hao. After refining, those imperial armament Dao marks however, the traces cannot be used as complete imperial weapons, they can only be smelted. Therefore, the great sage Liwo is to fuse the traces of the imperial weapons and take the path of becoming emperor in the physical body. The great sage Liwo knows very well. There is the Burning Heaven Immortal Sutra. It should not be difficult to increase the growth rate and reach the quasi-emperor realm. But if you want to aspire to the imperial realm, there is almost no chance. In the past, the great sage Liwo didn't have much thought about Emperor Zheng. But since I heard Qin Hao talk about it, becoming an immortal, the road was about to open, the world was about to change, and everyone could compete for the opportunity to become emperor, so he had his thoughts in mind. Therefore, he wanted to use the traces of the emperor's weapons to see if he could reach the emperor's realm in the future. Sacrifice the emperor's soldiers. Facing such a ferocious great sage Liwo, those in the quasi-emperor realm did not dare to be careless and fight with imperial soldiers. The violent battle of shocking destruction immediately exploded between heaven and earth. The boundless mountain range was torn apart in the blink of an eye. Sinking deeply. When the great sage Liwo was entangled, there were other quasi-emperors who wanted to catch Yao Baxian. Compared with the great sage Liwo, Yao Baxian was Qin Hao's eldest disciple, and his status was more important. More important. Of course, this is also because Yao Baxian's cultivation level is only in the Holy Realm. Even with the Ji-Dao Emperor's soldiers, several of their quasi-emperors can easily suppress Yao Baxian together. Now. But I didn't expect that Yao Baxian, who had unsealed the two quasi-emperor realm puppets, had a killing power that was transformed from his bones. He was holding the heavenly Saint Dragon Spear and surrounded by the quasi-emperor realm puppets, activating the strange phenomena of the heavenly demon body, and he was fierce killing. This caused the already violent vibrations, and the already crumbling sky suddenly collapsed. Those who were trying to capture the demon tyrant were all destroyed, and the two sides fell into a stalemate. They can't even handle two holy realms, they're a bunch of losers. Just when the battle was getting more intense, a ghastly sound suddenly sounded. Along with the gloomy sound, there was also overwhelming killing power, and all souls were shocked. The ultimate quasi-emperor realm. A giant quasi-emperor made a horrified sound and looked up. I saw a man in black robes appearing in the sky. I don't know when. Although the man couldn't see his face clearly, he was exuding a monstrous killing blow. But it is definitely the ultimate quasi-emperor realm. As those monstrous laws were suppressed, both the great sage Liwo and demon tyrant suffered a huge impact. Behind the great sage Liwo, the brilliant sun exploded, and their whole bodies, the flesh and blood, also cracked, and blood flowed out. The two quasi-emperor puppets around demon tyrant were also shattered inch by inch, and their Dao marks disappeared. In front of an extreme quasi-emperor, any external means are in vain. Those who hide their heads and tails and dare not show their faces are the rats of all races, right? Great Sage Liwo and Demon Tyrant, both raised their heads and looked at the black-robed extreme quasi-emperor, their eyes unruly. The aura of law on the other person's body was extremely weird. It didn't look like a human monk, but should be from the ancient 10,000 races. Behind this incident, as expected, it is the Teku 10,000 races who are planning. It seems that Holy Sun Dei didn't teach you to be humble and reverent when facing a strong person. If this is the case, then I will teach you how to be a good person on his behalf. The ultimate quasi-emperor's breath turned cold, and there was a terrifying killing blow about to be unleashed. Otherwise, teach me how to do it. But at this moment, a dull voice resounded in the void without any warning. The laws of the extreme quasi-emperor were stagnant, and he quickly turned his head, and his eyes changed drastically. Dao Yi, the Holy Sun. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Fantasy, after thousands of years of seclusion, I became a saint. Author, love to eat chicken legs. Chapter 99. Dao Yi, the Holy Sun. I saw a figure in the void, stepping out and looking at him calmly. His white clothes were like snow, his black hair was flying, his body was tall and straight, and he was surrounded by chaotic fairy light, like a fairy god coming to the world. This person, surprisingly, it is none other than the Holy Son of Dei, Qin Hao. Son. Master. The suppressed and unruly great sage Liwo and demon tyrant looked overjoyed. Now that Qin Hao is here, they don't need to worry. Those powerful men from the 5 domains in the distance were dead silent. They looked at Qin Hao, there is uncontrollable fear, awe, etc. That is the boundless evil reputation that comes from the bloody battles. In today's Xianhuang 5 domains, Dei Saint Sun is probably the first person to kill the quasi-emperor realm. Since Saint Dao Yi has come in person, What happened today may not be a good thing. This ruthless man in front of me must be repaid in the true sense of the word. Could it be that, like those in Zhongzhou, will the bloody battle be repeated among the Nanling demon clan? When did he come? With the supreme law, the extreme quasi-emperor realm that suppressed the great sage Luo and demon tyrant immediately withdrew the law. There was a strong sense of fear in those gloomy eyes, and he was on guard. Qin Hao is now far away. He is only 100 feet away. This distance can be said to be very close to the quasi-emperor realm. But he did not notice the existence of Qin Hao from the beginning to the end. If Qin Hao attacked, he was afraid that will be severely injured in an instant. I heard that you are very interested in me. Now that I'm here, it's time for you to show up, right? Qin Hao waved his sleeves, and the great sage Luo and Yao Baxian immediately appeared in the distant sky. Long before Yao Baxian came out of seclusion, the Zixiao human emperor sent him a secret message. There are demon clans in Nanling. As well as all the tribes in Kangxian Ridge, there seemed to be mysterious creatures who were secretly forming an alliance. The purpose was to deal with him. Therefore, when Demon Tyrant came to Nanling, Qin Hao had already expected that a battle would break out. Originally, he wanted those in the quasi-emperor realm to practice their skills with great sage Luo and Demon Tyrant, and experience life and death. But he did not expect that the ultimate quasi-emperor of all ancient races would be so unable to control his temper that he would take action himself. Holy Sun Deyi, do you really think that no one in the 5 realms can suppress you? Hearing Qin Hao's arrogant words, the eyes of the black-robed quasi-emperor of all races became increasingly gloomy and filled with chills. Aren't you going to show up? Then let's destroy an ultimate quasi-emperor first. Qin Hao didn't bother to pay attention at all. It seemed that the ultimate quasi-emperor realm could no longer enter his eyes. Before he finished speaking, Qin Hao suddenly took action. He only heard the rumbling sound of law bombing, and the black-robed quasi-emperor of all races suddenly felt empty around him. Solidify. Normally, the invisible avenue of heaven and earth is intangible, but at this moment, it is solidified. It is not only visible to the naked eye, but can even be touched. Are the laws of heaven and earth solidified? Holy Sun Deyi has already touched the emperor realm. A giant of the ancient emperors, his eyes were dull, and his thoughts seemed to have stopped. I still remember that when Qin Hao fought against the Tianpeng Patriarch and the evil tiger quasi-emperor in Deyi Holy Land, his cultivation level was only the great sage's the ultimate, but after that war, Qin Hao went into seclusion and entered the quasi-emperor realm. After leaving the seclusion, he went directly to the 3rd level of the quasi-emperor realm. In the Holy Land of Dian, he destroyed 4 emperors in one battle and established boundless killing power. After that, he went to the emperor in the Guan battlefield. With the cultivation level of the 3rd level of quasi-emperor, he could defeat the supreme giants from foreign lands who had touched the imperial realm. More than 3 months later, after returning from the battlefield of Daiguan, Qin Hao's cultivation level had already reached the level of quasi-emperor. Realm of the 3rd level of heaven, reached the quasi-emperor of the 6th level. After killing a lot in Zhongzhou, he returned to Deyi Holy Land and practiced for only 1 year. Now, he can solidify the world, otherwise, he has touched the emperor level. Such terrifying training, the speed is too shocking, right? Could it be that Qin Hao, the Deyi saint's son, is really the reincarnation of the great emperor? Boom! The black-robed quasi-emperor of all races roared, and his cultivation at the extreme quasi-emperor realm completely exploded. Then the originally solid avenue of heaven and earth was directly broken through, doubling its pressure. Haven't touched the imperial realm yet. The black-robed quasi-emperor of 10,000 clans' eyes shone with cold light as he sensed it. If he really came into contact with the emperor's realm, he would never be able to break free so easily. GGG, the Taoist saint's son who is famous in the 5 realms, when I saw him today, he really lived up to his reputation. At this time, A creepy and strange laughter echoed across the world. Accompanied by it, there were bursts of biting and cold evil wind, just like the arrival of evil spirits from ancient times. This breath. Qin Hao's eyes moved slightly and looked at the creature that appeared. That was a stalwart man surrounded by evil spirits. Of course, it was not the aura of an extraterrestrial evil spirit, but the aura of an extremely ancient evil cultivator. Rumor has it that it was an evil cultivation method that flourished for a time in ancient times. Today, the 5 realms of Xianhuang should have ended their inheritance long ago. Where did this evil cultivator in front of me come from? And what's going on with that weird aura on the other party? Qin Hao could sense that under that evil aura, there was also imperial aura and strong death aura. It felt like a great emperor, already on the verge of death. But the feeling this man gave Qin Hao was far beyond the ultimate quasi-emperor level. As for the existence that has touched the imperial realm, if compared with the ancestor of nothingness, it is still a little bit behind. But the danger of the strange aura on the other party is no less than that of the void ancestor. Ancestor! It was you who stole the bones of my ancestors. Who are you? At this time, the face of Yao Bassian, who was sent to a very far distance by Qin Hao, suddenly changed and he roared. Bones of ancestors? No way. This is the body of the ancient emperor. That demon emperor was already incarnate in ancient times, so it's impossible that the emperor's body is still so intact, right? Who is this person? Can you actually steal the demon emperor's imperial body? As soon as Yao Bassian's words came out, it immediately caused a lot of people to exclaim. They had previously thought that the inheritance of the demon emperor and the body of the demon emperor were taken away by Yao Bassian. But now it seems that this is not the case at all. What's going on? Thinking back to the past, I fought side by side with the heavenly demon emperor against all the emperors. But today, the demon emperor has passed away, so it makes sense that his emperor's body can be used by me to achieve enlightenment. The evil cultivator grinned again, and his strange laughter became even more chilling. What? This person has fought side by side with the ancient emperor. Doesn't that mean that he is an ancient creature who lived from ancient times to this world? How can it be? Even if he is the real ancient emperor, it is impossible for him to remain alive till now. The words of the evil cultivator made countless living beings who were already screaming in shock even more stunned. From living in ancient times to being immortal to this day? Could this person have already understood the immortal way and can be immortal? Demon tyrant, great sage Liwo, their expressions were frozen. They wanted to retort, but the aura emitted by the other party seemed not false. Are you following the path of the dead through evil cultivation methods? After Qin Hao looked at the evil cultivator man, he remembered the rumors about the demon clan that he had seen in the past. It is said that at every period of time, demon clan from countless tribes would disappear mysteriously. There could easily be hundreds of millions of them. It is a famous and weird rumor in Nanling. At that time, Qin Hao thought that the ancient tribes of Kangxian Ridge had done something. Now it seems that it is the evil cultivator in front of him who is devouring the life energy and blood and lingering. Life. Fantasy, after thousands of years of seclusion, I became a saint. Author, love to eat chicken legs. Chapter 100. He has good eyesight and is worthy of being the descendant of the great Emperor Dao. The evil cultivator's eyes flashed with surprise, and he smiled sinisterly. Life and death are destiny, it is the reincarnation of heaven. But you are using the blood and soul of endless creatures to prolong your own life. This is the way of the devil, and you should be punished. Now that he has figured out the origin of the evil cultivator in front of him, Qin Hao is too lazy to talk nonsense. He takes a step forward, and the boundless Hongmeng Law sweeps across like a tsunami. Behind him, in the void, there is even more chaotic energy. The world of chaos is derived, mysterious and unpredictable. Your words remind me of this. Emperor Dao once said this in the past. At that time, the great Emperor Dao had already attained the Dao of the Emperor, but he couldn't do anything to me. You are only in the quasi-emperor realm, but you also want to imitate the great emperors of ancient times and slay evil spirits and eliminate demons. The evil cultivator's sinister sneer got even worse. These words made countless living beings horrified. How could even the great emperors in ancient times be unable to do anything to this man? I, the great emperor of the Holy Land, can't do anything to you. Haha, you are really going to put gold on your face. If I, the Holy Land Emperor, had really taken action against you, you would have lost your ashes long ago. Qin Hao sneered. Dao Emperor, what kind of existence is that? That can cross the long river of time and bring back the 9-story immortal pagoda from the ancient immortal era. Such supreme power can absolutely transcend the imperial realm. Even if it is an immortal creature, it is estimated that it is difficult to do it. Now this evil cultivator of the undead actually says that the great emperor can't do anything to him. Isn't that a joke? So what is it? Kill you. These words seemed to stimulate the evil cultivator man. His eyes darkened fiercely, and his murderous intent became even more intense. Immediately, the furious evil cultivator man slapped out a palm, and endless laws swept across. Among those laws, not only the evil cultivating man's evil cultivating way also contains the laws of the emperor's way that he extracted from the body of the heavenly demon emperor. With just one palm, even Nanling seemed to be shaken. It was so overwhelming. The terrifying killings throughout the land are like the arrival of a peerless emperor who can destroy all souls. Since you have been surviving for so many years, why should you jump out and seek death? Qin Hao was not afraid at all. He was dressed in white and hunted directly. He punched out with unparalleled fighting spirit. With an indomitable momentum, I am invincible. In the light of Qin Hao's fist, there are 6 mysterious ancient figures. The ups and downs of the world contain the mysterious killing power of destruction. It is the 6 paths of reincarnation fist. A loud bang resounds. The laws of heaven and earth are rioting at this moment, and the Supreme Avenue is boiling violently. The evil cultivator and Qin Hao, both of them are capable of doing anything at every turn. It affects the avenues of heaven and earth. Every blow is like the avenues of heaven and earth fighting each other. A killing attack that destroys the heaven and the earth sweeps across, and the sky collapses and the earth breaks apart. If this evil cultivator is a normal being who touches the emperor realm, it will really make Qin Hao felt troubled. But since only an evil soul passed through, there was no pressure on him at all. In the face of such a world-destroying battle, the creatures of the 5 realms who had retreated far away had to retreat again and again. Even some people simply hid in the emperor's tomb, with lingering fears on their faces. Whether it was the evil cultivator who claimed to have survived from ancient times, or the invincible holy son of Dao Yi, they were both as powerful as the emperor who came to this world and could be destroyed 9 heavens and 10 earths. Such a killing that destroys the world, even if the pinnacle quasi-emperor realm is involved, I am afraid they will die or not. Even the 10,000 people wearing black robes whose cultivation has reached the ultimate quasi-emperor realm, no living thing dares to come close. This kind of killing is too fierce. If one person is not good, even him will be hated. The terrifying power of the Saint Son is really well deserved. I am afraid that he can already touch the Emperor on a par, the world's most powerful giant. After all, he has survived from ancient times. Isn't that the only thing he has? Qin Hao is surrounded by the laws of Hongmeng, like a sage from the ancient world, with golden vertical eyes condensed between his eyebrows. Every time he strikes, not only does he trigger the Taoism of heaven and earth, but also there is a strange red Buddha light shining. It is the great salvation technique and the great soul. The techniques were superimposed and amplified by him. For such undead creatures, these 2 great avenue techniques definitely have destructive power. Hateful. The evil cultivator man has naturally noticed it a long time ago, and his eyes are extremely gloomy. If he has completely integrated with the emperor's body, he can completely control the emperor's body and block the Buddha's light. But now he can't stop it at all, and he is restrained to death. The most important thing is Qin Hao's physical body, which is simply too strong to be human. You know, he is now in control of the emperor's body and is attacking fiercely. Even though he is not as good as the real ancient emperor, his killing power is definitely not weaker than Gigi the Tao emperor's soldiers were attacked. But Qin Hao repeatedly used his physical body to directly hit him head on, and the emperor's body was buzzing. Holy Sun Dei is becoming more and more terrifying. Those creatures from the 5 realms who escaped so quickly were even more shocked and moved. Qin Hao now is many times more terrifying than he was during the Battle of Zhongzhou. And now, it is only 1 year since the Battle of Zhongzhou. Such a wait. For the quasi-emperor, time was just a matter of taking a nap. But Qin Hao actually appeared and had the ability to undergo the bone-breaking transformation. Such a qualification was simply terrifying to death. Yao Biatian and the two were also extremely excited. So what about the creatures who have survived from ancient times? They will still beat you to pieces. You know, Qin Hao has not even come out of the Jidao Emperor's soldiers or the 12 heavenly gods formation now. It seems that your trump card is this emperor's body. In that case, let's hit the road. Qin Hao sneered. As the sword light flashed, the 4 Xuxian swords roared out and turned into the Xuxian sword formation. Tisk. There was a bloody light rising into the sky, emanating from the Xuxian sword formation, as if it was thirsty for blood. After that, a bright sword light was slashing in the air, like a starry sky hanging upside down, boundless. My magical powers have been completely restrained by him. If you don't take action again, don't blame me for leaving. The evil cultivator man changed his color, and shouted while controlling the emperor's body to face the body. With the emperor's body of the heavenly demon emperor, he is not afraid of the 4 swords of Zhu Xian. However, the secret of the soul path contained in that sword light, the technique, made his soul tremble. As the evil cultivator finished his words, a ray of green light flashed in the void. The next moment, a fire exploded. The blazing sword struck out like an endless galaxy. The sword light was blocked. The green light was a green lotus, spinning around. The green lotus had 9 leaves, each piece was crystal clear, with traces of heaven and earth condensed, exuding the charm of heaven and earth. The Xuxian sword formation, the destructive sword light shot out, was crushed by the green lotus inch by inch, and then swallowed up. Supreme. The extreme quasi-emperor, who was wearing a black robe and didn't dare to approach, had an unconcealed surprise on his face. Kangxian Ridge, Tianlian Supreme. There are also unparalleled giants among the Nanling monster clan. When they recognized the green lotus, their pupils shrank suddenly and they raised their heads suddenly. Sure enough, above the sky, a man wearing green clothes and standing on a 9-leaf lotus platform floated down. Although just sitting there, but the monstrous law of the man on the lotus terrace suppressed the whole world. There is no doubt that this person has touched the unparalleled giant in the imperial realm. And this person is different from that person. Only with the body of the great emperor can one touch the evil cultivator of the emperor realm. The cultivation of this man in green is probably even more terrifying than that of the void ancestor from the alien race outside the territory. And to the Nanling monster clan, this man in blue is even more terrifying. Man, they are no strangers at all. Deep in the South Ridge, in the secret realm of all races, the heavenly lotus supreme of the Kangxian Ridge. Yes, although this man has not yet become enlightened, he already considers himself the supreme. It can be seen that his strength has reached what a shocking situation. Concealed the laws of heaven and earth. Qin Hao also looked at the Qinglian supreme, his eyebrows moved slightly, and a look of shock appeared in his eyes. Once the creatures of the ancient tribes touch the imperial realm, they will be suppressed by the laws of heaven and earth. But the Qinglian supreme in front of him, but he actually deceived the laws of heaven and earth and came out with his whole body. The divine jade that covers the sky. After Qin Hao looked at it, his eyes finally settled on a piece of simple jade on the waist of the Qinglian Supreme. This made Qin Hao's eyes shine brightly. This is a real treasure from the world.